He was one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
Like he's an immediate friend even though you just met him.
Bruce, I think he really cherished time and life and doing the extreme side of things.
People for years couldn't understand how he was such a good skater having started so late. One of those people that was good at everything he did. You could hand him anything, say, here, have a go at this, and boom, he'd have it picked up in no time. He was talented, properly talented.
Bruce wasn't this kind of like messer skateboarder, here's a mad lad, but he was a very respectable guy, real down to earth, really caring human being. There was a real warmth to him.
He had a way of talking to people that, you just feel like you're the only person in the world when he was talking to you. And he had that skill, that he was able to really connect with people.
I think my dad would push me a bit harder because when I wasn't skating with dad, it would just be my school friends and they weren't like the best at skating. Obviously they haven't been doing it their whole life like me, so I just kind of have a lot more fun with them and then kind of push myself more when I was with dad to try impressing him. Literally my whole life it was just me and him going out skating. I really looked up to him my whole life, and we used to live in Killarney when I was like 5, and my dad had a mini ramp built at the back, and I just started skating on that when I was young. So I was in Ireland in Kerry till I was 6, and then I moved to Germany and grew up there, and I moved back here when I was 13. So I think a lot of the skating came from Germany because there's a park in every little town, and I'd say in like a 20-minute vicinity from my house there's 40 skate parks.
Ox Park was named after my brother Bruce. His nickname, he was Bruce the Ox Kelleher. The whole project of getting the skate park into Tralee actually started 21 years ago now, and it was myself and Bruce. So somebody in the council approached me to see if I would have any interest in helping them develop a skate park. My immediate first phone call was to Bruce, because at the time Bruce would have been definitely Ireland's best skater. He was sponsored by Red Bull, Lord Clothing, G8 Skates, traveling all over the world skating. So it was obvious that I would ring him to say, right, this could happen.
Essentially over the years I'd hear that a skate park was in development in Tralee, and it was going to be the highest budgeted park in the country, and that was 2006 that I found the earliest date of that when I was looking into it. And just council bureaucracy and just issues with getting it done, just kept pushing it on, and the years went by, and then the people who were trying to get it done, they moved on. They just kind of had to forget about it.
I found his professional profile on LinkedIn and chanced a message that way, and he was shocked that I reached out to him and managed to find him, and we got chatting again, and I showed him the plans for the park, and it was actually Bruce that had the kind of final say over the layout of the park. We'd thrown out all different kinds of ideas and he'd helped form the final layout.
He was always throwing design ideas in there. He was on Zoom talking to us about kind of refining the designs for the park.
The fact that the park is finally built, it's now called Ox Park after Bruce the Ox Kelleher. He was known as the Ox always. That's how I knew him from the magazine. It was Bruce the Ox Kelleher. And it's just it's a nice way to show respect to him and to be able to name the park after him. Just for him and his family, they've been so supportive in having it named after Bruce, and hopefully he'll continue to inspire the next generation of skateboarders. It's just such a shame that we didn't get him to fly around the park that he helped build.
Because myself and Bruce started it, and Bruce being the most famous or notorious skater possibly in the country, but definitely down this part of the country, he unfortunately died 2 years ago, so he never got to see the skate park. And then that's why the lads came to me and asked, would it be possible, or would we mind if the skate park was named after Bruce?
I came home early from school one day, and he asked me if I wanted to go play basketball with him, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to go for a nap. And he went to basketball, and he just had a heart attack out of nowhere, and that's how he passed away. Like, it was really just out of nowhere. No one expected it. So, my mom got a call that he had collapsed, and then she went into the hospital with his basketball teammates because they drove her in. And then 2 hours later, I didn't really hear anything from her, and then she ended up texting me or giving me a call to come in with my brothers, and it wasn't looking good. And they told us in there then that he had passed away. And yeah, it was really a big shock, really out of nowhere. Whenever he was sick, you wouldn't really notice it because he'd just be kind of quiet, I guess, and not eat as well. But it's really, like, it's a big shock, and it took a long time to kind of recover from it. But it is what it is. Like, I've been skating a lot more since he's passed away. I kind of enjoy it more, or not more, but I kind of appreciate it more. Like, obviously after he passed away, I had loads of people coming up to me and telling me about him, and it was kind of cool to see that he had impacted so many people.
Bruce was a really good, influential figure in my life, like, and an amazing person, because, like, he was one of the most amazing people I've ever met, and he was a great positive influence on me growing up, because I don't know if I'd still be skateboarding, to be honest, if it wasn't for Bruce. He'd do little small things, like he'd come up and he'd shake your hand, he'd remember your name, you know, a lot of those small things, like, you know, manners, like, they go a long way, like, you know. Unfortunately, he went early, like, but I think he lived 2 lifetimes in the time he was here, like, because he was always all go, like, you know, and he was always 100%. So you know, it is sad to lose him.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not trying to forget about him. Like, we definitely try to keep his legacy going and really remember his life for how good it was. Well, obviously he was really talented in whatever he did, and I'm obviously trying to be like that, and he was very good with people. He remembered everyone's names, and I kind of want to be like that. Just being friendly, being a good person.